Yeah. Oh, I usually do the applause, don't I? My bad. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, y'all. We back. Enough of all that stuff. We got a lot to talk about, man. Everybody, what's going on with your boys over here? Pod About It crew is back together. We got Duck. We got G. We got our guest here. I guess he's going to go by Mr. Frank today. I don't know what he's going to go by.
I don't know. That's what popped up. It popped up from my Facebook.
Oh, you could change that if you want. You want me to change it?
Yeah.
What you want me to put in there? I got it. What you want in there?
You can just put Mitch, actually. I'm fine with that.
I got you. Done.
There we go.
All right. So boom, there it is. What's going on to the people out there viewing already? I see y'all, man. DJ Malone's in the building. So what's good, fellas? How y'all doing? It's been a minute since I caught an episode live. I love me some hip hop beef. Birdman hand rub. Oh yeah. This man or Bear BS is assing. All right. So I guess we should just start with that. I'm gonna actually, nope. No, we're not. We're gonna do a recap. We're gonna see how everybody's doing. We're gonna go around the room. I'm gonna go first. I've been chilling. All right, Duck, you up. Let's go. I can't even hear Duck.
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
All right. So I'm still breathing. I'm literally listening to the assignment now as we speak. So that's
Okay.
I'm almost done. I'm halfway through. I'm halfway through the third one, and I just got the last one. Good.
All right. I'm gonna go to G then real quick. Let's see what G is up to.
Since last time we spoke, your boy is officially a gun owner, and this Friday I'm taking my first course.
I thought you was about to pull it up on screen, but say, don't do that. It's not necessary.
I was like, yo.
Nah. I was gonna hold up the case if I would have brought it, but I didn't.
Okay. All right.
But that's pretty much it. Been going on with me. How'd the producer leave?
In the middle of your answer, right? Clearly didn't care what you had going on.
Nah,
what you get? What kind of gun did you get?
There you go.
I got a Walter PDP compact.
9
mil.
9mm pistol out there thinking he gonna do something, man.
And for those that don't know, the Walter actually makes the James Bond gun, the PPK. I thought Walter sounded familiar. After I bought it, I was like, yo, that's James Bond gun, not Daniel Craig. It's still made by Walter, but it's not a PPK. It's a P99 or something like that. The Craig Daniel Bond gun. Still in the Walter family, though, but not the PPK.
Okay. All right. Anything else new with you, man? Anything else we need to know about?
Not that I could think of. I got it a week ago last Saturday, and like I said, I take my first class on this Friday.
Nothing at all, right? So that we're gonna leave it. Okay. All right. We're gonna let our guest introduce himself now. Tell the people about yourself, and we're gonna jump into a topic right after.
Man, I just been working my ass off. I'm a probation officer during the day, bouncer by night. So just been grinding. I said, keeping up with these girls and back and forth between cheering practice and everything else under the sun. So I've been at it, been busy.
You got cheerleader practice, huh?
Man, competitive cheering. So it's like 3 times a week. I'm talking competitions all over the East Coast. It's nuts.
Yeah. Them dancing babies, man. We dance dads, man. Hey, and they don't give us no love at these joints. Like they cater to the women.
Yep, got a whole dance mom show out there. No love to the dance dads.
They got
a better ring to it. Dance dads.
Yeah. They got jackets and stuff. Like I'll be at the competitions and everything. Dance mom, this dance. I was like, yo, where the dance dad shit at? Oh, we didn't do that this year.
It's crazy.
Okay.
Man, shout out to y'all anyway, man. Y'all the real ones behind the scenes, holding it down, getting all the stuff together, ironing the clothes, matching the outfits, getting the accessories together. Shout out to y'all. Mike, hit the horn one time for the dance dad.
Oh man, look, he put me on the spot, man. Okay, all right, I like it. I'm gonna give us a round of applause too. Let's go, man. Let's go, baby. Yeah, make it respect us a little bit. Where my other sound effects at? You want the bomb?
Bomb. Drop the whole arsenal.
Yeah, huh? Let's go. Don't get me hyped up, man. Don't get me hyped up. All right. We got to stop. All right, here we go. So we're going to get off of the full screen thing here. So Mitch is going to be I did the exact opposite of getting off a full screen. My bad. All right. So listen, guys, we're going to start with hip hop beef. We're going to start there.
Let's get it. Is everybody up to date before we get into it?
Mm-hmm. Probably not, because something else probably just came out. So,
well, yeah.
And I just found out this morning, so I'm glad. I caught up on that.
Kendrick is dropping at a pace that I didn't like. He's doing some Joe Budden shit, but it's different. There's no way people don't know about it. But just in case y'all don't, Kendrick Lamar and Drake are going back and forth with each other on record. And let me just ask how y'all have this so far. Like, how do y'all have this? Like, who y'all think is winning and why? But you know what? We're gonna do it like this. Let's start with the guest first. Who do you think is winning so far and why?
Yeah, man, it's kind of tough. Drake kind of pulls so much attention with everything he does. As soon as he says something, the whole world goes crazy. So when you're like on social media and whatnot, everybody's like going nuts just because of who Drake is. But Kendrick is lyrically destroying. Anybody who respects bars or respects like the true art of hip hop would understand that Kendrick is going crazy right now, which kind of makes me feel like he had this all set up, ready to go beforehand, right? Like, and you should, right? If you're going to go for the throne, then you better be ready, right? So part of me definitely feels like he's like, I'm just going to drop this verse, which by far, I feel like the first verse is the hardest out of anything that came out of any of the beats that came out after, right? From Like That. So that verse is harder than any song that anybody has dropped. The Chris Brown song was pretty tough too with him and Quavo and they beef, but I feel like that verse kind of ignited a lot of stuff as of right now. And that verse is probably the hardest out of all of it. Now, there's tons of shit that's come out after that that's also tough and respectable, but that Like That shit is tough. So right now, if I had to say, I'm giving it to Kendrick. I'm actually concerned with how far Drake is going to have to go to actually pull himself out of that.
Yeah, we gonna get to that too. We gonna get to that. All right, G, how you have it so far?
I also too have it leaning towards Kendrick, not by a lot, but definitely just like the content that's been coming out. The only song that he dropped that had bop potential was Like That. Everything else was more so, lyrical. You had to kind of digest it. That's why I kind of appreciate that he didn't give us a beat that you can bop to, because he actually wants you to listen to what I'm saying. So it's definitely leaning towards Kendrick with that. Drake coming with the bop, still coming with some jabs and whatnot, but right now I still have it leaning slightly in favor of Kendrick.
Okay. All right. Kendrick with a slight lead. Duck, are you ready? Or are you still listening? I know it's a lot to listen to. And I stopped sending stuff.
Yo, it's like the Marvel.
You sent the 4 songs.
Right now.
I'm on the 4th song that you sent to the group, right? I'm about halfway through it. What I will say is, piggybacking off of what he said, the only one of these that I was going to run back was Like That so far. Like, as I'm listening through the 4 that you sent, like, I wanted to just replay Like That, because I was like, but I was like, I gotta listen to these other 3 before we get started. So
it's the Marvel Cinematic rap beef right now.
I'm also leaning Kendrick. I would like to play devil's advocate, but I'd be lying. So
it's just so weird, right? Like, Drake is like this guy that you thought for like a half a second everybody loved. Oh, not for a half a second. Like, his whole career, you just assumed everybody loved Drake. Everybody wanted to work with him and all that stuff. And one person has managed to change everybody's minds about that. Like, now they talking about the snakes in the camp. They talking about how his own people don't really fuck with. It's easy to say, oh, your own circle is like, they don't fuck with you. They don't trust you, right? It's easy to say that. But Drake dropped this song called Family Matters. Right?
Yep.
And I'm not exaggerating. Less than 12 hours later, it might have been 2 hours later, Kendrick Lamar dropped Meet the Grams. Yeah. Now, the crazy part with that is, like, he's responding directly to what Drake just dropped. But the production on Meet the Grams is too good for that to have been done that fast, which tells me it really is a leak in Drake's camp. One of the bars that he said in one of the songs was like, "You ever think that OVO works for me?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Stop playing, man! Like you drop Family Ties, and then he drops Meet the Grams, and he's listen, diss me all you want. Don't talk to my daughter. Don't talk to my son. Don't talk to my mom, my pops in the track. Like this is supposed to be you supposed to be talking to me. Don't, man. I wish your son was a better man. What are you doing? No, stop. What are you doing? Don't talk to my mom. Don't talk to my mom. What do y'all think is like the most out? Like what has anything caught y'all off guard so far throughout all?
They said on the one artwork for the one song that Kendrick dropped, there's like a bunch of stuff like laid out across the bed. Apparently, it's Drake's dad's like travel bag that somebody like laid out and took a photo of.
No. Okay, so it was Maybach gloves,
yeah,
right, and then it was prescription pills
with Drake's.
It was like
apparently.
with Drake's name on it. So that's why when he uploaded the artwork, it would just went black on the multiple platforms because you can't put people's personal stuff out there like that.
Yeah.
So it's black, but the picture I actually, dang, I had it too. Let me find it. I actually have the picture, and I'll show y'all what it actually is. But it was basically like it was the gloves, and pills. The prescription. Hold on. Here it is right here. I got it. Oh, look at this. Oh man. The internet is great when it want to be, bro. It's great when it want to be. All right. So this joint, these dudes need somebody's gonna have to call a timeout at some point. Like this is, and by the way, here's what I love the most about the whole beef. It's personal.
Mm-hmm.
This is 100% personal for Kendrick. But so this is the picture here. I don't know if y'all can see that.
Yeah.
People have zoomed in and enhanced the pictures and stuff like that, but it's receipts for a bunch of different stuff, the gloves and all that. And on the pill, which I can't zoom in anymore, supposedly is something for Drake, but it's like a hallucinogen or something like that. Like it's something that's supposed to be taken in low doses and what's it called? Hypnosis. Some kind of it's a mind altering some shit. So
I'm going.
I don't know what
or something.
Hallucinogen.
But no, there wouldn't be a prescription though.
It would be just because we don't know about it. Don't mean that it's not out there. I saw the name of it. Let me see if I still have that. Oh,
yeah. So, but somebody from Drake's camp took a photo of the items that were in his bag or his dad's bag, and then sent it to Kendrick. Like, if you're going that far, that's crazy. Like, nah, that's wild.
Mm-hmm. That
plus from jewelry. Okay, it says it's his Nadine Ghostin card. I don't know what that is. His gloves, his sleeping pills, receipts from Popular Jewelry. That's the name of the store he was at, and then his Ozempic. But Ozempic is a shot. Oh, that's down in the bottom. Oh, I see it. Oh shit! I didn't even see that in the corner.
The corner where?
Box of Ozempic underneath the word collection.
Oh, dang,
it's the box of Ozempic. That's wild. This is so when he say like you got people around, he ran off like you got 20 niggas in your camp that don't 100 niggas in your camp that don't mess with you. You got 20 of them right next to you, and one of them really hates you. Like he ran down this whole list. This is proof like they right there in your circle and they want nothing to do with you. You got to fire everybody.
I was just about to say, fire everybody. You got to fire everybody at this point.
So has there been anything like I thought Drake's Family Matters, actually, I thought that video was very well done. Did y'all see the actual video for it with the van that got crushed and everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a lot of the whole video was symbolism. Like it was Drake's Twitter trolling antics taken to the big screen. I thought that was incredible. But then Meet the Grams came out right after. You don't even get a chance to appreciate what Drake did.
So disrespectful. And I love a beef that's disrespectful. That's what makes it to me. Bars and disrespectful. And right now, the needle is in Kendrick's favor.
Yeah,
it is.
I'd agree. So I was just having this conversation with my boys in the group chat, and today, like, just music in general moves so much faster than it did when we were younger, right? Like, Jay-Z going back and forth with Nas, or even before that, like it was even slower than that. You know what I mean? Where today the people want it so much, they want it so fast, that it is hard to keep up with. And Kendrick is keeping up. Kendrick's actually ahead of us in terms of our satisfaction for what we want with this beef.
Yeah, and
that's incredible.
And it's like Mike said, we don't really get a chance to digest it because, you know, one after another. I appreciate it because how often do we get this level of beef where people not running the social media and uploading IG live videos? Like, they're going straight in the booth, and that's why I appreciate it. But slow it down just a tad bit. That's it.
Yeah.
Just a tad bit.
Yeah. It's nuts. I think on Apple Music, like the top 5 on like the Rap Life playlist, the top 5 songs right now are all diss tracks. It's wild right now,
bro. If somebody get a Grammy off one of these diss tracks, bro, or oh man, this is gonna be the first award show I watch in a very long time.
And it's like you gotta see each other. You're you gotta cross paths.
And
right?
the crazy thing is, if they do, it's not even gonna be them that pop off. It's gonna be somebody from the entourage that pop off.
Well, you can't start talking about people's kids, man. That's crazy. And the bar. First of all, what did he say? He said something about if it gets shaky, we'll park his son or something like that's crazy. What? Nah, yo.
Wait. No. But he wasn't talking about Drake's kid though. So he said his daddy's a killer. He want to be like him, but if it gets shaky, I'll park his son. He was talking about Jay Prince. You know how Jay Prince, like the guy down in Houston. And him and Drake, you know, he put Drake under his arm and, you know, pretty much ushered him into the industry. So he was saying, like, if it get crazy, I'll park his son. Talking about Drake
okay.
himself.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, no. He wasn't.
I'm like, whoa, hold up. He said what?
His latest joint, Not Like Us. Have y'all had a chance to hear that yet?
Yep.
Let's just go ahead and get to the big thing here. He's calling Drake a pedophile. He's not even beating around the bush. And that's that. Remember when Drake? Okay. Go back to the kids for a second. Drake said that one of Kendrick's kids might not even be his. It might be Fred.
Dave Freeze.
This is what
Dave
I'm
Freeze.
saying. Like, you're not
right?
talking about my kids, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Right. He sang it to him. Right. He was like, I heard that one kid might be Dave Freeze. Right. So I was like, yo, he's like really sick. Like, I thought he was getting off in his song, fam, and Not Like Us. He sings right back to him. He said, "You trying to get under my skin?" Or what did he say? Like, you trying to sing?
I only heard it once.
He was like, "It's probably A minor."
Yeah,
like,
he said,
yeah,
he said, "You're trying to strike a chord." He said, "You're trying."
That's
to
what it is. Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It might be A.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it took me 3 seconds to figure that out, yo.
Yo, fire. That's a bar.
That's double entendre right there, because he always singing.
Now everybody on the internet is showing that old clip where Drake was up on stage, that young girl. He was all like rubbing on her, massaging her and whatnot. And then he was like, "Oh, let me stop. I'll be going too far sometimes with my fans. Let me stop." And so he was like, I'm gonna get out of character. Let me stop. How old are you? She was like 17. And the crowd was like, "Oh, like, yo, what you doing? What you?" So he stopped, but then he kisses her hands. Then he kisses her like on each cheek and on the lips, even after she said she was 17.
Yeah, wow.
Like, bro, this is
the internet.
Is that like, are those the two top like wildest things that come out of this? Like, one, your kid might not be yours, and two, you're a pedophile. Like, are those the?
I mean, there's a lot that's come out.
I was just about to say, it's so much, man. It's like trying to run back all of them.
The whole BBL situation is crazy. the lipo is crazy. The whole situation is wild, honestly. But I mean, you start talking about kids, it's like,
yeah,
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Especially if you're talking like a pedophile, like that's wild. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a tough allegation to throw at somebody, man.
Yeah, that's.
And he said our kids should play together. It would be cute, but you don't want to be seen with nobody
black as you,
not as dark as you. So, yeah. So like, it was like I thought Drake. I really thought he was. I was like, oh, this is the Drake I wanted to hear.
You're right.
And then Kendrick just went like, he loaded the full clip. He put the illegal bump stock on that joint. Like, now that shit firing like an automatic. He going crazy. He's going crazy. Like, it's almost it's.
And mind you, Drake did all of this with the antagonizing on social media, dropping the AI diss with Snoop and Tupac, had to shut it down. So I think he was doing that whole time. He was just loading this clip up. Like you said, I'm going to load up this track. I'm going to release it on this day at this time. I'm going to load this one up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I do want to give Drake some credit because never once have we seen, maybe since 50 Cent, that you got one person versus at least 6 people.
All right, so that's a good segue. Who else is really verse Drake on record?
Pusha T.
And when I say on record, I mean like who has come out and said like, nah, it's up for him. Like you got Rick Ross.
Oh, Rick Ross.
I got
But
Metro.
you got Metro, obviously. You got that
He's
whole
been tweeting like crazy.
Kendrick side. You do got Azalea Banks. I don't really know who she is outside of being on social media. I know she's a rapper. I can't name one of her songs, but she's in
Wait. Is that the thick white girl or is that the black chick that was
the
cooking
black
the cat?
chick. The black chick that be trolling people. She's in favor of Kendrick. No, Drake. I'm sorry. She's in favor of Drake. She's like his Kendrick's diss raps have been, flat, straight, something to sleep on.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what she's listening to. I don't know what she's listening to.
She tripping. Like, she tripping. I don't understand what none of that. Like he's giving you like he did a joint on the Al Green beat.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing like club beats. Like he did a dance track, bro.
And DJ Mustard obviously chose the side because the newest song is produced by DJ Mustard.
Yeah. And Mustard tweeted out, "I'm never turning my back on my city. Like it's us. Like da. So like that's another one. But that's really all. That's all it is. So, Duck, have you seen any of the Rick Ross stuff? Like him and Rick Ross, I appreciated that level of comedy. If I'm being honest,
I'm watching the Family Matters right now. So
I mean, that's all Rick Ross really can do is with the comedy. I mean, I'm kind of mad he took it to racial with the white boy and your mom and hanging out with the niggas. I'm like, funny, but it's just like, bro,
white boy. It's the way he say that joint though. Like he say it ring different. White boy. I don't like being called boy. I don't like people calling other people boys, so that always bothered me. Like hearing him, I'm like, oh my god, Ross got to chill, man.
But he did address everybody in his latest joint, Family Matters. So that was cool.
I like that Drake was he looked like he was prepared to like go up against everybody, right? Even if I got to do it on my own. I don't know if that's true right now. I don't know if he's really got it in him. I don't know if he's got the ability to do it. Like with the way that Kendrick is firing right now, how does this end?
I think you gotta kind of like go separate ways, right? Like kind of how like Jay and Nas did it, right? Like when the whole Rockefeller team was coming for Nas, right? And Jay was like approaching the top and becoming the GOAT, like in the end you kind of had to just let it go, right? We still respected Nas for being one of the top lyricists of all time. But it was like, all right, we're just kind of done with it, right? Like when you're both that high on two different levels, right? It's like, all right, just let it go. Instead of just disappearing. Like I feel like Meek was never the same again in terms of the people after Back to Back, right? Like Meek, although lyrically Meek Mill is probably one of the greatest today, but I don't know if people respected him lyrically enough for us to be like, okay, whatever, let's just be done with it. Meek kind of never bounced back.
No, because remember that he released his follow-up to Back to Back. He didn't get permission from WWE to use the shirt. One, the track was whack, and they didn't give you any permission, so you had to take it down. So you called it double L.
Yeah. And even like the streaming life, right? Like people listening or looking for it. Like he had some heat out there actually, but then he's dealing with all types of other stuff legally at the same time, and it was just like people were watching other stuff than focusing on Meek Mill actually responding, especially because the back-to-back track was so huge that it was like, yo, not for nothing, Charged Up is fire too. Like if
yes,
you go back
I was gonna say Charged Up was good too. Yeah,
if you go back and listen to Charged Up, that shit is heat for sure. But both of those songs back to back was just nuts, and Meek never bounced back from that. I think Kendrick has too much stain and respect among enough people in the pop world where this can just go away, but Drake is so huge that nothing's going to happen to Drake. Drake could have not responded at all. He probably still would have been fine.
I do have a question, and we're kind of overlooking this one individual that tapped out early. Would it be any different if J. Cole would have stayed in it? Because at some point, we probably got a track with them together going at Kendrick.
I don't know if we have enough time to listen to there being another dope artist in the beef. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to keep up now. You know what I mean? Like, so imagine if Cole's in here dropping tracks every other day too. Like, it would be insane.
But I would have loved to get them on a track at least once, addressing, the whole, F the big three, something of that nature. And I'm talking about get the dopest beat out there. Like, we got to get the dopest hook, and we just got to go in, and they go back to back. Even if they do something like how
they did that already, though. That's what they did in what's the joint with the two of them? Kendrick was supposed to be on it.
Yeah, first person shooter.
Yeah, first person shooter. Yeah.
Now that we know that we're in full-fledged beef, like that's something like that, like how Jada and Styles P go back and forth on records sometimes. Like, you drop you finish your verse, he automatically go back in. Like, that's how y'all. I wish we could have got something like that.
And it may get to a point where you get something like that, but it's going to have to be down the road, because I think. Why do y'all think J. Cole backed out?
I think he's in a different headspace right now. Now, I think he knew what might be coming down the line. Like, he was just trying to keep it, I'm the better rapper, I'm the better lyricist. I think he was trying to keep it in that lane, not too personal, but just like on the surface. But he knew what was coming down. Like, they was grimy, about to get into the kids, the family, and I think he was just like, what?
Yeah.
I don't care about all that. That ain't me. That's not even, what my, vibe is about. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. I think I agree too. Like, I think I think Cole really is in a different headspace today, where he truly is like connected with his soul somewhere that he's like, nah, this ain't gonna sit right with me. And I think that's tough for hip hop, right? Because we don't respect that in hip hop.
No.
Where it's like, oh, you're the bigger person, right? Like, you're the bigger, like, we want to see somebody get their head ripped off, right?
But if I could,
you want the petty energy as much as possible.
But the thing is, though, if J. Cole would have never dropped 7-minute drill and then took it back, that's what makes it look so bad. You dropped it. Never have we ever seen someone drop a diss and then take it back. We see people apologize for it, but never, took it back.
All right, but okay. So I think he took it back because he got a phone call. So the truth is, he's cool with both of these gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But he wanted to say, all right, of the three of us, who's the best? Let's get into this. Like, I'm ready to rap, like, for the crown. Kendrick really don't like Drake, the man, the person. And so I think he got a phone call from both sides, and they were both saying the same thing. Hey, big dog, like, this ain't about to be about who can rap better. This is personal. Like, this is going to be a smear campaign. This is going to be spilling dirt on each other. Like, this is going to be, we digging for secrets, and we letting it all out on track. Like, this is not about who can rap better, who can make a better song. And so he was like, oh, you know what? I'm out. That's not what I was here for. Y'all do that. Maybe it can come back later. But I think now that I'm looking at it, I think it was smart for him to get out the way. If it was just going to be about who can rap better, who can put together better words, entendres and all that shit, cool, let me in here. But y'all not even, like, that's not what this is about for these guys. This is personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think he should have just one-lined it. You know what I mean? Send a couple warning shots maybe and just let it go. You know what I mean? But to put out a track and then pull it back, that's tough. But, I mean, it probably was a good idea for him. I know his album's coming. You don't want to jeopardize how that's going to play out. And Cole really is on the edge of taking that spot, right? Like, when we talk about, like, the Jay-Z's and whatnot, Cole is literally right there. Drake is there, but there's so much of the culture that doesn't respect him. So it's tough.
His album did come out already. It was the last track on there, but he took it off of the album.
Yeah.
No, I believe that's just a week.
Yeah, probably like a mixtape, something.
Yeah, I was about to say he has an actual album that's coming out.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it. The Fall Off.
I hope he ain't dropping no time soon. You can't drop around it.
Nah, you got even if you wanted to drop next week, you like, nah, let's wait till some of this dust settles.
Yeah, let's figure this out. Let's figure this out.
So is this the closest we've like? Is this battle here what Jay-Z and Nas was? Like, is this like two of the top guys? Record sales. These two have better record sales than Jay-Z and Nas had.
Yeah,
I think that Drake's streak, he's on a run that's just as long as what Jay's was back then. I think he's probably been more consistent than Jay as far as production and putting out and.
but you know what? I
albums.
will say you got Nas and Jay, two dudes from the street, so it kind of carried a little bit more weight with the street versus Kendrick. He isn't street, but he kind of got the streets with him. Drake, not street. He got, a bunch of fans, pop fans and everything. So I think that's all kind of coming together. I just feel like the Jay-Z and Nas beef just hit a little bit different during this time.
I'd agree.
What?
I think like even like Doug said, right? We're in it today for like the pettiness, right? Like we want to see like Drake is kind of sassy, like if we're being honest. Drake.
Yeah.
So, but like people love that. So the stuff that he says, like when he says it, it's like it's more, I guess, entertaining in a way than the way we were looking at it back then, where it was like, yo, he said he would do this to you. Do you know what I mean? Like that doesn't hit the same way that some of the bars hit like today, where Drake said ain't no big three, it's just big D. You can see it on the video. Like that's crazy. Like, what are we talking about? Like,
Yeah.
why? You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z or Nas would have never said nothing like that, and we definitely wouldn't have went crazy if they did. You know what I mean? We'd have been like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a huge pause moment. Like, but I don't know. I get it.
And he's not even talking about like the stuff that people like Drake getting pissed on and all that. Like he don't even care about that. He is here to assassinate character.
Yeah.
Like this is different to me. I don't know, man. This is different. And from the way people are talking, Kendrick's got a whole lot more loaded up already.
I believe it.
I think so. I think Drake.
They did say Drake has something else too, but I don't know
if it was
Drake.
The bomb. I know 50 said maybe 2-3 days ago that he heard from the grapevine that Drake got a nuclear bomb waiting to drop. I don't know if this was it. It was dope. He did basically 3 songs in one. How he switched up. But bro, you got to get in there, man. Kendrick hit you with some
fight back. Fight back. His mama like throw in the damn towel. That scene from Rocky. Throw in the damn towel. It's bad. It's bad. All right, we don't have to talk about that much longer though. It's pretty cool. I got one more question for the whole panel though. Mitch, you kind of said it already. Like they both can probably walk away fine from this. Do y'all think that this changes anything as far as whether it's industry respect, people willing to work with these guys? Like what Drake's got his hands in a lot of different pockets, and I'm talking like high up, record execs and stuff like that. What's the outcome of this? Does anything change for either of these guys as far as their career and respect?
I don't think anything changes for Drake because one, and I love that he said this. He's like, I'm the hit making y'all depend on. Your first number one I had to put in your hands. Like he was coming filthy with it, and I like that. So I don't think much changes for him unless Kendrick comes with something that just got our, like I'm talking about Home Alone moment where he just dropped something. We're all just like, yo.
He already did that to me. Kendrick already dropped that to me. You don't put pedophilia on nobody. Another hidden child. Like you don't do these things. And just like to me, those were the bombs. But I don't know if I don't.
See, I think it's easy to say. I think it's easy to say some stuff, right? Like, and they're gonna go back and forth and whatnot. And that's where it does get scary, right? Where I was saying, like, how deep do you have to go to kind of pull yourself out of this, right? Like, so if at the next level or the next stage of this, if there's proof of pedophilia, Drake is done, right? Like there's no coming.
Or is he though?
At all.
Because apparently Jewish guys can get away with this shit.
Well,
you got what's my man's name? The old white dude, Woody
Allen.
Yeah, like they get off of that shit. It's just they just keep going.
Yeah,
and it depends on what the age of consent is and the thing we might look bad on, but if it's in law and they say, hey, age of consent is 16, 17.
That's in Canada,
yeah. If you look down on, you can look down at all you want morally, but if it's on law saying it's 16, 17, then ain't really much.
It's so tough when you get that big, man. It's so tough to be like, because that's crazy, right? Like we look like, and this is going to sound wild. I still have so much respect for R. Kelly's like catalog. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But then you like when you like think about what's actually happening, and you're like, yo, why? How did you get here? Do you know what I mean? Like, why did we continue to listen to this? Why did we let this happen? Why did people?
Yeah, but you know
what I mean?
Black
like,
folks like to stick with black folks regardless of what they're doing. They just gonna no, bro. During that time, black people was really in the corner for R. Kelly, outside the courtroom holding up signs like we had a sporting event. Like, bro, they was riding with him. You couldn't tell him that he was wrong.
It's tough, man.
I hear you, but like once you know what he was accused of and what he was doing, to me with R. Kelly, like, and like you said, respect the catalog, but just certain lyrics just stand out completely. My mind's telling me no. It means you're not supposed to do this, but my body's telling me it, and you wrote a whole bro. I don't see nothing wrong with a little bit. Yes, you do. You're supposed to. Like I can't hear certain hits the same way anymore. You know what I mean?
Bro, and not
some
B-sides.
Didn't he write AJ Nothing But a Number for Aaliyah?
Come on, bro.
That?
Bro, at my wedding,
that's crazy.
At my wedding for me to go get the garter, I wanted to play the one R. Kelly song. I think it was Your Body's Calling Me. How did it I hear you call, like, I just wanted that in there, yo. I talked to Mike, like, can I play this? He's like, G, you can't do it. Like, bro, just think about how dope that song is. You walking up to go get the garter. I hear you calling.
Here I come, baby. Yeah, but you can't though. You can't. Yo, people be like, Melissa, my wife would have smacked me for you doing that at your wedding. Like, you my daughters, bow. Like,
oh man, messed up the whole thing for me.
You let him do that. See, if you didn't ask me, then you wouldn't have had the issue.
But in the back of my mind, part of me was like, let me workshop this real quick.
He said he wanted to use the R. Kelly song. I hear you calling when he went to go get the garter belt I know that, but he asked me, so I told him my answer. But if he didn't tell me, I'd have been like, oh, surprise, I didn't know. All right, so they walking away unscathed. Basically, they both should be fine after this.
I'm not going to say that because at any moment, I'm not saying no one's big enough that they can't be, knocked down the peg. So I think realistically, they probably both walk away. There's going to be some, back and forth on social media with fans and, the artists themselves for the most part, but you never know. I feel like if it's something big going to come out, I think it's probably going to come out of Kendrick's corner that is just going to scorch earth something. Like, that's the warpath he's on right now. Like, he's like just like digging.
I think Drake is gonna have to literally do like a social media post. Man, I ain't got time for this no more. I'm working on my next project. Blah 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 blah. Like, maybe I'll get back to you. He gonna have to try to downplay how petty this is in order to get away from it. He can't go track for track like this. Like, he's already getting outpaced by the guy that they said was slow.
We've seen this before. Think about when Pusha and Drake was going at it. The story of Adonis. Drake never responded. Allegedly, it came out that Jay Prince talked him down. So it could be something of that nature where he just ignored it.
He's gonna have a scapegoat,
and then later on address it in another song with like a line or two, like he be doing with Pusha T. He let it die down, and a year or two he'll say something about Pusha in the verse, not a whole song, like a verse or whatever, and keep it moving. So he could go about it that way.
Has Jay Prince said anything on this one? That's one person I didn't even think to check for.
Nope.
I haven't seen anything. Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
That's even more scary. If Jay Prince is shutting up. Don't get me started, man. Don't get me started. I'm going to leave it to the professionals. Anything else on this before we move? By the way, the winner of all this right here is P. Diddy. No one's even said nothing about it.
I saw a meme the other day because the Clippers just got bumped off, and Paul George and James Harden had a dismal appearing in the playoffs. They said, yo, there was Jack Harlow, and we've seen it before. Jack Harlow and what's his name? The comedian dude, Drewski, showing them driving off, smiling, whatever it is. Like, this is Paul George and James Harden, knowing that all the attention is on Drake and Kendrick because they had a bad game.
Right.
They be talking like about the powers that be and whatnot, right? Saying that they be doing stuff to distract us from what's really happening in the world and whatnot.
Yep.
If something's happening right now, it's huge.
And think about
the
it.
whole world is watching.
The
Drake and
piggyback
Kendrick
off
right
what
now.
you just said. Think about what they fed us all football season. Jason
Taylor Swift.
and what's her name? Taylor Swift. All football season. So I don't know. Maybe there is something brewing behind the scenes we don't know about.
All right. Mitch, I want you to ask Duck this question that we've been waiting for so long. But Duck, now that you all listen to it, how you feeling about the beef?
I listened to a lot of it, and I'm going to echo what all y'all been saying. Is Kendrick just going in? Like, I thoroughly enjoyed. Not Like Us, and I just listened to what did I just
Family Matters, Meet the Graham.
I listened to
616 in LA, Euphoria.
Yeah. Which one was it that he literally, like y'all were saying, addressing his son? And he was
that probably was Meet the Grahams. That was the most recent one.
He was like, I look at your dad and I wish your grandpa wore a condom.
Yep, Meet the Grahams.
You need you got to raise right. Let me be the mentor you need. He was like, you can get bitches and still be a bitch. Like,
oh, that was another line. I was like, you
went
It's going on.
Fam. Telling somebody
I
I wish
look
your
at
grandfather
your dad
was
and I wish your grandpa had wore a condom. I'm sorry, little man. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, nah, no way.
Yo,
No way.
You okay in there, babe? You smell the
Yo,
dog?
That's on wax forever though, right? Like he has literally left a message for Drake's son forever. Imagine somebody approaching your kid and saying, "Yo, I wish your grandfather had wore a what?"
It's like when I was young, I was living in Trenton at the time, and these two girls was arguing with each other, and the one girl said, "Your mom should have swallowed you." I swear that was the toughest. Like, that's basically what he said here, though. Like, your grandpa should have wore a like that is crazy.
Yeah, swallowed is a little bit more disrespectful.
Well, but
that is a little
saying like either like you shouldn't be here though. It's like what it is. It's bad.
Nah, there's a level of you shouldn't be here, and you shouldn't be here. One, you in your mama's stomach. I ain't talking about she carrying you.
It's bad. Oh man, it's all bad. All right. Well, I'm sure that there'll be some more tracks coming out, and then we'll be able to talk about it some more in the future. But Mitch, I want you to ask this question. Y'all called me. I was on the phone with G at the time. Y'all called me and asked me a question. I want you to pose this question to Duck, and then we'll get G's answer after, or we can listen to them both. Try to figure this thing out here.
Yeah. So Xavier woke me up the other morning and she's asking me this question. Apparently it's pretty big on social media right now, but I haven't seen it. But there's a bunch of different responses between women who are answering it and men who are answering it, but there's also different responses between black men who are answering it and white men who are answering it. So the question is, and there's no context at all, so you can ask as many questions as you want, but there's no answer to the question, like to any of your questions. Okay, so the question is, your daughter is alone in the woods. You have to choose with either a bear or a man. Which one would you choose?
oh, that was the video I saw. That's funny. I don't know anything about this man. Black, white, Hispanic. I don't know anything about this man.
You don't know nothing. You don't know. Say that again.
Give me the bear.
Yo, yo.
Okay. Now wait. Before any Duck gave his answer, we're gonna get to the why. G, what's your answer?
Run back the question one more time. I just want to hear. I know what I heard the first time, but I feel like I might have missed something. So go ahead.
The question is, your daughter is alone in the woods with a man or a bear? Which one? Which one do you prefer her to be in the woods with?
Man, give me the man.
Okay. Now I want to hear y'all's thought processes behind it.
I went with man. Doesn't specify if it's her boyfriend, her, friend that they all decide to go out on a camping trip with. So that's how I'm decided to rationalize it in my head.
Okay.
I feel that. But the thing is like that there is no ration, right? Like, because we don't know. So it's like I hear you. I hear you.
That's where my mind went.
Listen, I'm thinking in the worst case scenario. In the worst case scenario in both of these, obviously I could lose my daughter, right? Like, and she literally just turned 3 2 weeks ago. So, like the worst case scenario. But if I think about how I might lose her, what she might go through, like, it's going to sound gruesome, but I'd rather the bear. You know what I mean? Like, get that quick. And if she survives, I feel like the trauma imposed on survival with an unknown man could potentially be way worse. Well, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. I'm just thinking like,
because at least you could rationalize the bear mauling. It's a bear. It went bear. Okay,
right. But like, if this dude is a pedophile and now there's psychological trauma, my daughter got to live with the rest of her life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what a man is gonna do. The bear, I feel like you're either gonna leave her alone or you're just gonna maul her to death, and that's it. Like, odds are she's not surviving. So I'd rather take the worst case scenario. And she could very well, like with the man, I feel like if the man is any of us on the screen, I'm good with that. Like, get the man. But without knowing context, without knowing who this man is, like, I'd rather. And it's funny because there was a video of, I guess it was from Russia. I saw it on Instagram yesterday, and everybody was saying, look, even the dog is choosing the bear. It was a dog running with 3 bears through the woods. Like, somebody, I guess, working the forest and using the drone to record it. And everybody was like, yo, even man's best friend is choosing the bear. Like, we're done. Like, that's what they all kept saying. I didn't know what they were referencing. But now I know that that's what they were referencing.
Yeah, this is my first time hearing about this.
This is such a psychological thing, right? So like this speaks volume. Like, my mind never even went to where G's mind was. Like, oh, I'm just gonna assume it was somebody she's there with on purpose.
Right. I will also say too, G's daughter is an adult. Me and you and Aaron, like, all of our daughters are still minors.
Yeah, but it still could have been. She could have been in the woods with her grandfather. Like, our brains didn't even go there. Is kind of my point. Where G chose to see like the positive in it, hoping for the best. Duck, you literally said worst case scenario in either of these situations. You went to a hungry bear or a pedophile. Like, that speaks on how you view the world, right?
Yeah,
like it's just.
Yeah. So when I was asked, it was more like a trust thing, right? Like, so I trust a bear to be a bear, right? Like, at the end of the day, I trust a bear to be a bear. Where like a human, right? Like a man, I trust a man to be a man too. So it's like, I know if I'm alone in the woods and I come across a little girl, I'm going to do everything I can to get that little girl out of those woods, right? Like, to somebody, right? And I'm hoping that there's a lot of men who are thinking the same exact way, right? Where a bear is going to be a bear. So if I had to choose, I think I'm going man, rather than my daughter being mauled by a bear, or having to even get out of a situation like that. And I'm hoping that I mean, I'm no dummy to how humanity is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I work in this field, so I see it every single day. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
I think it gets tough when you see it more often too, right? Like, because it's like, these are only the people who got caught doing this type of stuff. How many people are out here doing this type of stuff on the regular that we don't know about? So I'm going man for sure.
See, and I will also add, I'm sorry to cut you off, Mike, because Mitch said that there was so many, I could ask whatever questions I wanted, but there are no answers to my question. Like, one of my questions was, is it mating season for the bear? Because how often do we go down home and they say, well, the bears are aggressive because it's mating season, right? Like they're out attacking cars and all. Like in that instance, I probably would lean man, but without that context, I don't know. Because I'm also thinking, well, if it's mating season for the damn bear, man could be horny as hell and thinking negative towards my daughter. You know what I mean? So,
And so when they called me, it was interesting because, like I said, I was in the shower. I was on speakerphone. I was talking to G first, and they called. They specified which daughter for me.
oh, yeah.
And so I went and presented the question to my wife, and it turns out I have a different answer for a different daughter. So with me, my oldest is the one that they asked about. I chose the bear for her because if it was a man, she is such a rational thinker. She's going to think I can reason with this person. And if they're not obliging to what she's asking or requesting for safety or to stop or whatever, that's going to leave super long-term effects on her. That's like something that she won't be able to recover from mentally. I know how she thinks, right? If it's my middle daughter, she's more of a, all right, maybe if I go along with this, I can get away faster type of thing. My oldest ain't going to think that way. You know what I mean? So like with my middle daughter, give her the man, put her in the situation with the man. My oldest daughter has got to be the bear. It's got to be like, because she'll have, it'll just, both of them are traumatic, but I think one will get over one way faster than the other. So it was a crazy question.
Yeah.
That explains why I was on hold for so long.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what?
That
Though?
was nuts.
I kind of think about it too. Like my daughters are completely different, right? Completely different. My oldest daughter, she's like she's very soft, kind, soft-spoken, very like, very laid back, very chill, right? Where my youngest is an animal, and I say like I'd be concerned for the bear, honestly, like jokingly, yeah, I would be concerned for the bear, but I mean, like in all reality, I see them both handling the situation differently, but I don't know that I would even want to trust a bear to be a bear around either one of them. Do you know what I mean? Like I just don't know if either one of them come out of that. But there's no context, so it's like you don't know.
And we've seen videos
of either situation.
We've seen videos of bears going through trash. Someone says, "Hey," and it runs away. Like because there's no context, you got to pick and you got to go with that. You know, it's weird though. That was tough. All right, so that was cool. It didn't last as long as I thought it would, but that's cool. Like, because again, there's no point in asking questions, right? You can't do so much.
I had questions, but I was like, if there's no answer, what's the point? So,
well, what questions were you going to ask?
Well, I told you one of them was gonna, I wanted demo information on the dude, like where's he from, what's his background, like does he have a criminal history, like what's the like? Is this just a good dude? Is it one of us on the street? Because like Eddie said, like I trust all of us to make sure my baby gets home to me safely. You know what I mean? Like it depends on the man. And by the same token, what's the time of year for the bear? Like if my baby's alone in the woods with a hibernating bear, I trust her to quiet, even though she's only 3. But I trust her to, hey, let me not wake this thing and let me just go about my life and get out of these woods. You know what I mean? Like it really depends. But like I said, a bear in mating season, we've seen down home, they're way more aggressive. So, and then also, like you said, sometimes some animals completely unpredictable. Like you think, oh, dang, this is about to be a terrible encounter, and it just walks away. No harm, no foul. It might sniff around a little bit and then just be out.
Well, you know, and Xavier told me, she said that like most people are responding. Most men are responding with the bear. And Mike, like you said on the phone yesterday, it's like your outlook on society, right? Like it's like, how do you view society? And that's like, for somebody to say, you know what, I don't trust mankind enough, I'd much rather my daughter be with a bear alone in the woods. It's crazy when you think about our society. Yeah,
I think that the possibilities with the bear are more predictable. Like there's only so many different ways it's going to go with the bear. But
right, we're trying to control the chaos.
Mm-hmm. But with a man that you don't know anything about, use your imagination, good or bad. Like literally, the possibilities are freaking endless.
Yeah.
And especially with all the true crime I listened to, and what was that? What was that movie that they hooked the dude up and had him tied to a chair and the electric current going, and he was like, "Nobody's gonna find you till the electric bill stops."
That was Taken.
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 Like I think about stuff like that, like you torturing my baby for no freaking reason, just
eating them like
whatever.
There's cannibals out. Nah, fuck that. Humans got to go. Humans.
There's way fewer possibilities. You could probably count on one hand the possibilities with the man. Like we have gone over most of them. So
yeah. All right. So this one, our next topic was something that came in. I'm going to do a screen share here. And so G, you want to break this?
Actually, this is the first time I didn't even watch it the first time. I just pretty much read it, and I was like, you know what, this would be something I would like to do with the fellas. And now that we got another fellas with us, so I'm watching it for the first time, just like everybody else.
So the caption here says, "Man says that he will not step in if his baby mother is being physically abused by her new boyfriend because it's not his responsibility. She's no longer under my protection. Thoughts? Is he right or wrong?" So we'll play it and then we'll discuss.
Your mama? Yeah, he beat up in front of
you won't dare.
But he ain't touch the kid. I'm just saying, like, I mean, give me more detail. I'm just saying, like, somebody left me.
So you saying he beat up the baby mama in front of your kids, but he didn't do anything to your kids, but he did it in front of your kids.
Ain't that the same one that left me? Let me tell you something.
He said, "F that."
And my kids straight.
I think that's still
traumatized. Boy, you can see how fake I am when I go in that house. He did what?
Y'all come on. Y'all get your stuff. We finna go. His girl no more is what he's saying.
Yeah.
He like,
she's not under my
protection. That's her relationship. But
I get that.
If my kids are privy to that, that's a whole different dynamic.
Right, that's different.
I'm gonna have to check them. Like,
maybe
don't be
beat
doing whatever y'all got going on.
Just maybe beat your ass in the bedroom.
Wait. Mama? Yeah, he beat up in front of
you won't dare.
All right. So I'm gonna change the question up a little bit on y'all.
All right.
So it's two questions. So the first question is, you go to pick up your child and it's a physical altercation happening in front of you. How do you react? Let's go. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm definitely stepping in for the sake of my daughter. Or
your daughter's fine. Your daughter ain't she.
But if I'm going there to pick up my child and she's witnessing, her mother and her current man going at it, like if it's getting physical and he's like putting her hands on it, then I'm just like we just spoke about in the last subject. You trust a man to be a man. I'm still from that era where, hey, look, if I'm witnessing a man putting his hand without context, mind you, I don't know. She could have did something to him behind the scenes that I don't know about, and she could deserve it. But I'm seeing what I'm seeing now. So I would, to jump in and stop it from, happening for that reason. And the second reason, I don't want my child seeing and thinking that's okay for her or him to treat a woman or be treated by a man. So I definitely would intervene.
Okay. That's wild because you got a crazy baby mama. Like
I know. And I was thinking that it's like, bruh, I'm pretty sure you're doing this for a reason, and I'm probably on your side with it, but for just, argument's sake.
Okay. All right.
Just off principle, man. I'm sorry. I gotta pull you up off her.
So
I can't wait to hear his answer. I cannot wait to hear what this man is about to say.
It's very simple for me. It's very simple for me. Like beyond simple. I'm making sure my daughter doesn't see anymore. Like, oh, okay, baby girl, come over here. I'm gonna wait till they're done. I'm gonna let it run its course, and then I'll walk up to him and I'll let him know, yo, bro, whatever happened, that's between y'all. Next time, just make sure my daughter ain't around to see it. That's it. I don't care. We know she makes poor decisions. Getting involved with this man was clearly a poor decision.
He slided between them. Hey, I just need this diaper bag real quick.
If you want to choose to stay with him after that, any further ass whoopings are on you. I got to just make sure my daughter is not witnessing it, and we cool. I don't have any obligation, and y'all got to remember, I was never with this woman. I don't care, bro. I don't care.
Oh my God. All right.
Y'all talk real quick. Y'all, Mike and I talked about it. I got this certain scenarios to play out in my mind for how I wish I could just get my baby. That's not one of them specifically. I will say that's not one of them specifically. But some of the scenarios are in this sort of realm. It's like, yo, I'm not getting involved given the opportunity. Ain't none of my business. As long as my baby's safe, I don't care. So,
okay, Mitch. Let me ask you this question: Is your wife around right now? Can she hear you?
Nah. They went somewhere.
Okay.
Nah, so
all right, go ahead.
It wouldn't matter. She knows the answer. She would know my answer too, honestly. So, me and my daughter's mom, my older daughter's mom, we done been through it, right? We done seen hell, came back, went back to hell, came back, all types, right? So even with all of that, I'm getting involved. It's happening, right? I'm not in no way, shape, or form is any man ever going to think he could put his hands on my daughter's mom, especially in front of my child. Like, that's not happening. That's not happening. My daughter couldn't come to me and tell me that she thinks that there's a man putting his hands on her mom and me not intervene in some kind of way. And that's just how it is, period, for me. Like, I couldn't even fathom the idea. Like, if I pulled up and this is happening, like, we all getting a shaking then. Because that you didn't think you could just do this in front of my kid like that. Nah, we got to get it going then. So,
right.
But at the same time though, you got to get your kid out of that situation, and because it could be like, we know that women tend to stay in situations like that, right? Yeah. Like that happens often. So we need to make sure that my kid's not involved in that. And if I got to put hands on this mug so he know that he ain't doing that in front of my kid, then we're gonna have to get to it.
Facts. And I think I'm let me know if I'm not if I'm speaking for you or not. I feel like me and Mitch are in a situation like we would do it just off the strength of our kid. Like, if we rolled up and our kid was crying and saying mommy's getting, this, I think that alone would be enough to me. Like, you know what? Where you at?
Yeah, let's get it.
this comes against, this is one of those and you and I had this conversation a couple of days ago, where it was like the accepting that because I don't have my baby with me full time, there are certain things that are going to be out of my control, right? Even if I step in that moment, like, I don't think me getting violent with him, like, as far as words, like, usually depends on the man, but some men respect words more than just physical altercation immediately. You know what I mean? Especially without context. Like, some men will respect you saying, "Oh, you cool with me beating on her, just not in front of your daughter." Okay, I respect that, and so I'll make sure she's in the next room or whatever. There are certain things my daughter's gonna see while she's with her mom. I have no control of.
But also, like,
me being present in that one instant doesn't stop the 50 other times that it might happen.
Yeah, but
I'd rather just have a heart-to-heart with the dude. Yo, if you don't beat on her, that's your prerogative. Make sure my daughter ain't in the room. Make sure she's not around when you don't. Restrict that to my weekends with my kid.
Yeah.
But you're also kind of keen to it now because now we know how it was, and I don't know if you guys grew up in the house with, both your parents or a step parent or whatever. It makes you feel some kind of way when your parents argue. So now that I know that I just had to interview in that situation, now I'm going to be more sensitive to my daughter's situation. I'm like, well, if that's, if I'm seeing that, that's obviously not the first time or the second time. So now I'm going to be kind of,
not necessarily. Hold on. Not necessarily. I ain't going to let you do that. There's a first time for everything. And not for nothing, we've seen insecure people, especially once you move on. You have a child with somebody, the thought of you coming to pick that child up is enough to set somebody off sometimes. They could be arguing over you. and that's how it could all have gotten started. You don't know. That literally could be the first time it's ever happened.
All right. True, but now you're kind of worried for your kid's safety because, again, like, you know how it is when your parents argue how uncomfortable you felt. So now you're going to be, kind of checking on your kid a little bit more.
Okay. So Mitch said something. He said, my daughter couldn't even come to me and tell me she thinks this is happening. So I'm going to spin it now. Y'all flash forward to however old your child has to be in order to express that to you. She calls you upset, dad, mom and her new boyfriend or husband or whatever are fighting, and she's all distraught and everything. Now, for those of you that G and Mitch in particular feel like y'all have to intervene, and you, Duck, I want to get your answer as well. Your daughter expresses to you and she's upset. She's shaking, like she's crying, like she's all messed up. As the man that's going to step in, how do you approach the situation? Do you call the girl? Do you just go over there and just get shit shaken? Like how do you do it in that situation? Your daughter's on the phone with you crying. You're not there. You're however far away you are. What do you do?
See, it's a little different for me because, one, obviously, my daughter, that's the love of my life, but also got a wife. And
the second love of your life. Yeah. I see your shirt, bro.
No. That was my first love. My daughter was my first love, but I'm also married, and I also got to kind of take into account how my wife's feeling. She might be like, well, is your daughter okay? Yeah, that has nothing to do with you and your baby mom. So I could easily see her saying that, but I'm also would be torn because now my daughter's in that situation, and I'm uneasy for my child. So I'll be going back and forth with wanting to go over there and find out, what's going on, because now you disturbing the peace that my daughter has in this house.
Who are you approaching though? Are you approaching the baby mom and say what happened, or are you going straight to him?
Approach the mom. I probably would approach the mom. Like, what's going on? Like, my daughter called me. She's this, that, and the third. Like, what's going on?
Okay, Mitch.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'd be so tough. Like, I think a lot of us weren't given the tools that we needed when we were growing up, right? And we have them today, and there's so much that that was kind of taboo to talk about with kids, right? And I feel like it's important that we let them know. So me and my daughter, we got to have a conversation. This is wrong. This shouldn't be happening. This is what's going on. This is what you need to do in these types of situations. Now, I'm fortunate enough where I live 20 minutes away, 25 minutes away, right? So she calls me, she's distraught. I'm there immediately. Boom, what you need? What's happening? Right? I can get you out of this situation immediately. And one thing I will say too is that my daughter's
You're still
mom,
talking about your daughter though.
Yeah. So what I will say is that my daughter's mom has been more understanding of situations lately. Like if she's not right on that day, she'll call me and be like, hey, can you keep her today? I don't got it today. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I got you. Not a problem. Right? Because the last thing we need is her seeing something or her not feeling comfortable in her own home just because of something else that somebody else is dealing with. Right? So yeah, let me help you out with that. But it has to be the mom. We got to talk. We have to talk, and you got to get that figured out because this shouldn't be happening in front of my kid. So I think I'm going with the mom. But that's the problem, right? The problem is, like I said, we know a lot of women stay in these type of situations. So I'm only going to talk to her once.
Right.
it's whatever
I got you.
after
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's whatever after that. You know what I mean? So.
Okay. Duck.
So one part, what Mitch said is how I was even previously the first question about pulling my daughter aside and letting her know this is not supposed to be happening. You know what I mean? Don't think that that's normal and none of that. I would definitely have that conversation. I think the reason I didn't bring it up was because my daughter, like I said, only 3 right now, but we're fast forwarding to an age where she can come to me, call, articulate, hey, this is happening. And I, like you said, distraught, the state that she's in. I'm addressing both of them. I'm gonna let both of them know, hey, this is how you're making my daughter feel.
So you're that means you're going in person because I'm assuming you don't have his number, so this ain't a phone call.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna in person talk to them. I'll take that drive, whatever. So I'm going in person, and I'm gonna let them know this is how my daughter came to me, And so y'all need to be aware with y'all's BS, what you're doing to my daughter. So like I said before, it's the same conversation. Keep it away from my daughter. Wait till the weekends where I got her. And I would tell her mom in front of dude, you need to get out of this situation. But also, like they said, that's not something I'm stressing. Like, you're an adult, you're gonna do what you want to do. That said, I will tell you one time that I think you shouldn't be in it. I also would probably be hesitant to tell her that because I know that if I'm telling her to do something, we've been over this, she don't take my
The opposite's gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you're gonna propose as soon as you walk out the door.
You know, you need to live like this.
Situation for you, you need to get help. She gonna think that I'm just hating or whatever. So what it came out of the suggestion came from me. She doesn't do it. So
gotcha.
Even when it turns out to be the better move, but it's the same conversation with him. Hey, keep this away from my daughter.
So Mike, what would you do?
All right, so I'm gonna have to create a scenario because in order for this to happen, that means me and my wife are no longer together.
No, or you could just say you got a baby mom. Just pretend you got a baby mom. That's all. Just say how you trying to pretend to divorce my sis. That's
because I was trying to make it real. I was trying to. Well, because I was trying to make it realistic, right? Like, how do I have this baby? Is this someone that I just slept with and then she got pregnant? I don't know.
However, you got a baby mom is how you got a baby. Let's say y'all was in a relationship. Y'all didn't work out. Let's say pick one of your ex-girlfriends. You was with them. Y'all have a baby. Bam. Run the scenario.
I'm so glad I got my headphones in. All right, so
well, I was gonna
no. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say run with Jason there because all I was gonna say because I remember it wasn't that, but when you and your wife first got together, right? The ex was just walking in the door. You know what I mean? Like,
I got a zero tolerance for that kind of shit. Yeah. So
right. So I was gonna say, escalate the situation. Imagine, it's not quite it's not exactly the same, but
right. Yeah. So it would, for me, I'm talking to my daughter, especially if I hear stuff going on in the background. So I grew up, my parents weren't together. So I would go stay with my dad on the weekends. And there happened a couple of times where him and his wife got into it. She's attacking with a knife, and he's got you remember the old school, the tall fans with the four thing at the bottom, the base of it. It's like the four. He's holding her off like that, and my mom is coming to pick me up, and that's actually how it all started. Because my mom was going, "Oh, here this bitch coming." Blah, blah. He stopped talking like that in front of my son. Like you say all that later on and then she, so you defended her now, and that it set it off. So I'm young. My mom comes to the door, and my dad's like trying to push me out the door while they still going at it. She comes out. She's throwing shit at my mom and everything. First time I ever heard my mom curse. Like it was an eye-opening thing. You know what I mean? Like, so I've seen both sides of it. To the flip side, my mom was in a relationship that was an abusive relationship. You know what I mean? And there were times where she called my dad and her brothers, and they came all the way to North Carolina to get us. Like, you know what I'm saying? From Jersey. Like they just hopped in the whip and just came. I'm like, yeah, the cavalry's here. I'm like, let's go. Like I'm hyped for my uncle, my pops to be here. You know what I'm saying? So I would imagine I would react very, very similarly. I'm going there to, I wish I could say keep the peace. It might not even be that at first. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a problem. Like, look at what y'all doing in front of my daughter. I'm gonna be reacting off of emotion. Now you got some time to think while you're driving how you're gonna handle it, but you don't know what you're gonna walk into. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely gonna have to defend my baby mom in that situation. You know what I mean? Like I would have to defend her, protect her and my child, and then we'll have to have a conversation after homie is out of there. Like when I say I don't mean like gone. I mean, like he's gonna be gone once I get there. Like whether I have to get him out of there or he leaves before I get there, he's not gonna be there once I'm there, and then I have to have a conversation with her. So yeah, you definitely have to do something. Like you gotta, whether it be a physical altercation or a verbal conversation, something's happening, and we're gonna come to an understanding. Like I'm not playing these games because now at this point I feel like my child is in danger. You know what I mean? Because who's to say my child don't try to jump in and then you end up pushing my daughter or hurting my child? No, I'm not doing that. Yeah. I'm not playing those games. So no, like it's gonna be a problem when I show up.
Yo, what if you get there and you get your ass beat?
That's okay. That's okay.
First of all, I have it in my head. I'm not losing in front of my baby mom and my
That's
child.
how we feel. That's how we feel, right? Like
For real. Like in my head, like that's just give me a little extra oomph. You know, that already put the
niggas start
battery in
beating
my
on you too.
But see, like
Oh,
I go into situations. These two, see, Mitch, I don't know how much you know. We've cleared a whole house party out, but
yeah.
I go into situations ready. Like
Mhm.
I got something on me. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
I'm prepared for whatever situation I go into. Like, and so we gonna have to do what we got to do. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's cool. And it don't mean I'm walking in with a pistol drawn. Hey, I'm clearing the shit. No, it don't have to be none of that. We could fight while it's on me. And if you're getting the best of me, cool. But what you're not going to do is sit here and disrespect whatever. I can take an L. I've been jumped before. I've lost fights before. That kind of shit don't bother me. But you're gonna know ain't nothing sweet over here, and you're not gonna keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? So
see, I don't mind losing. It just can't be like a whole blowout. Like he just
wailing on you.
Got you in the corner in fetal position.
Not only can he beat my baby mom, he can beat me.
Beat your ass.
Now I'm showing up with the police to pick up my daughter. Hey,
hey, is Dave in there? Is Dave inside? Yeah. Oh, all right. Hold on. You showing up with cupcakes next time you go to pick your kid up. Wow. Here's a little peace treaty, my man. I was tripping last time.
Yeah,
I should have been in y'all business.
I should have put my nose in y'all business at all. That is not.
Oh my
That is
goodness,
crazy.
that's funny.
And I know about her mouth. I know how her mouth get. You know what? My bad. My bad.
Oh man. All right. So I think
Yo,
we all
not
step
for
in.
nothing though. Not for nothing. I think my daughter would respect it no matter what. You know what I mean? Like just to see me go in there to take care of that situation, like even if it don't turn into a physical altercation, just to like your daddy don't play that shit. You know what I mean? Like, and that's enough for me on that alone. So
yeah, but my kids, I think they have like this daddy can do anything type of mentality. So I get what G was saying, like you don't want to take that L in front of them. You know what I mean? Like I completely understand that. But you know, hey, look, we're gonna have a talk. Like that's a man, just like I'm a man. So anything can happen. You know, you got to be prepared for it all. But that we'll have that conversation after I recover. If I get my ass, we'll talk about it. You know, like hey, but then you got to try to spin it. You know, hey, look, a daddy will get his ass whipped 100 times to protect you. Like that's got to be the mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll do whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying?
Your middle daughter, but daddy, what about 101? Are you telling me 100's where you draw the line and you stop after that?
I feel like, yo, what was the Kevin Hart bit when he was like, "You better stop before I go ahead and put hands on you."
Oh! I'll take the trash out. Yeah, never mind then. That's funny. Yeah, like there was a dang, what was my brother-in-law was having a conversation about how he said, what was it that Justin said about I'll move a mountain for you or something like I forget what it was. I was like, great, now I gotta figure out how to top that. Like I forget what it was. He said something crazy. It was wild. I don't know, but all right. So that's that. I think we're done with all that, right? Any other comments on that before we get to the last one? All right. So Duck, you had a topic that you wanted to bring to people today, so I'm gonna give you the solo screen and then.
That was what was it? So it was with the diffuse. So the question was that I came up with something you tell your kids not to do, and then immediately think, I think I want to do that, but on a much bigger scale somehow. Like you know, it's a behavior that they shouldn't be doing, but as an adult, I can safely do this. You know what I mean? And I can do it bigger and better. So
I don't know what you mean. This is I read this thing over and over, and I was like,
I was trying to think of something.
And I didn't know how to describe it either. And what she did actually wasn't crazy. I don't have anything up here to demonstrate with. So it was, she had a diffuser, right? So the diffuser's going, you can't see the smoke coming out. And it was the cup that I pour the water in. This was on the smaller diffuser, so it's not built like this. It's just like a little cone at the top instead of this. And this still has water in it. She took the cup after the water was empty and covered up the smoke. I was like, I don't know how that's gonna go. So I was like, no, we don't do that. And then I immediately thought, yo, I could just get something bigger, let all the smoke pile up, and then lift it, and it's just a big snow all at once.
What the?
This was my immediate thought.
Well, why?
I get so much smoke coming out if I trap it.
My
And
God.
just let it all out at once. But it was literally in the like. I normally don't do that. Split second, my brain went, "Yo, I can get a lot of smoke."
I'm pretty
If y'all
sure
ever had that moment. What's examples y'all had?
All right, so I got one. When I was young, you know, people when it was snow and the streets be, you know, no one was driving, state of emergency type stuff. People had sleds and everything. So you want the kids running down the street and they dive on it, they slide down and everything. You know, like you get your speed up and you just jump on it and go for the ride. So I would tell my children, I wouldn't tell them not to do it, just be careful. But as an adult, I'll be like, hey, why don't we go get this long rope tied to the back of the vehicle and let me pull y'all around the neighborhood. Let me pull y'all around the neighborhood. And we take y'all for a ride. Y'all just got to hold on real tight. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tie it to them or nothing like that, but hold on and sit in the sled and let me pull y'all around the neighborhood. Like I would end up doing something stupid like that. Like when it just snowed out here last time, I had the SUV. I took the family out. We all out at the park. We took the sleds. It was a nice long hill. And when we were leaving, I got everybody in the car. We did donuts in the parking lot. I'm out there just spinning it. Let's go. I'm speeding up as fast as I can, hitting the brakes and pulling, and we spinning and everything. I'm like, all right, I did a couple donuts. Let's go. I do a lot of stuff that I would tell my kids don't do.
Same.
But I'd be like, but I got this though, because I think I know better. I think I can handle it better. So that would probably be something that I would do. I can't think of a lot of things though right now. I can't believe what.
And it's bad because my daughter is older. She'll be 21 this year. So it's nothing that I could really, all right, for example, I already had it. And so I told her, she came to me, she said, hey, Dad, I'm thinking about getting a credit card. And, you know, my experiences with credit cards is, you know, whatever. And my first immediate thought was, no, I don't want to see you in debt. I don't want to see you, you know, messing up your credit and whatnot. And then I was thinking to myself, I think my credit line going up next year, I probably could do this. So I'm thinking about stuff like that. But like I said, my daughter's older, so it's thinking about grown folks, you know, hey, don't do this. And then you think to yourself, hey, I think I could do it like this. So for the latest one was the credit card. And I'm thinking in my head, you know, my credit line going up. I can go ahead and do this and pay it off and start. Yeah, it never works out. Never works out.
Ever. Nope.
Never works out.
Okay.
I don't think I really have none of those. I mean, like my friends, they tell me I like, especially with my older daughter, they feel like I'm like a strict parent. But I came from like my strict ass mom. So I feel like I never really got into much like when it came to like doing like stupid shit, I guess. But I'm always on them when it comes to it, right? Like, nah, don't do that. Sit down. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So I don't really think I got nothing. Like I could tell you this though, my kids are weird. I got some weird ass kids. Like man, this one time I got out the shower and there was a whole entire like a message written on the mirror, like, so you wouldn't see it until the steam came. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, what the hell?
I've done that before.
When did you have time to do this? When did you like? I'm telling you, my kids are weird as hell. But nah, I don't think I have any of those like where I'm like, yo, I could probably nothing I can think of right now. I do think about like G was saying though, like, because there is going to come a time where my daughter's like, especially my older daughter, like I feel like she's growing fast. So when she's like, yo, Daddy, we going out drinking or something like that, and I'm like, nah, you can't go there. You shouldn't be there. But I'd be out there and not be there. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Yeah, like those days is definitely coming. So.
And that's I think about that kind of stuff as a parent. Like I want my kids' first drink to be with me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And even my wife is like real, like, no. But like I want to like early too. So that way when they go out with their friend, my son asked the other day, can I go to the library to meet up with some of my friends? First time he's ever asked that kind of question. Mm-hmm. So I was like, where's the library? Because I'm not from out here. You know, like I live here, but I don't know where the library is. I never had to go. And so once I asked him, he was like, never mind, it's too far. but I didn't want him to think like the answer was no. It was just I needed to know, where you're going to be and all that stuff. Like I had a whole plan and everything to let him go, but I just kind of fell back. But I want to like, you don't know what those friends are going to present to him when they're out together. You know what I mean? What if one of them pulls out a blunt? Like I know he wouldn't do it. Well, I would think he wouldn't do it. You don't know how your kids are going to handle peer pressure, but your first time having something like that, like we all grew up in strict families and all that stuff. Most of our parents were either in church or whatever, but they ruled with like this iron fist type of thing, right? But there came a point in my life where my mom was like, if you're going to do something, I'd rather you do it here. I don't want you to be out and whatever. My best friend, when we were in high school, she knew, his mom knew that they smoked weed. Y'all gonna smoke in the house. Y'all not gonna be out nowhere and then crash or something like that. If you're gonna do it, I can't stop you, but do it here. Go in your room. I don't want to smell it out here. Open whatever it is that you got to do. Like, but y'all gonna do it here. So we would go over there and smoke. Like, okay, shit, cool. Like, let's try it. I learned getting high ain't for me. You know what I mean? Like, that's not something that I need to do a lot. You know what I mean? But I learned it safely. I didn't let people like peer pressure me into it when I was out and at a party. And for my first time, I'm doing this. I want that for my kids. I like that. That was something that I took away from it. So I would want to try to do something like that, but I got to get the missus approval for certain things. You know what I mean? Like,
all right, it's funny because I actually had a topic like this and I heard it on the radio. And the guy's kid was going off to college, and the kid never drank before, never had a drink. So he was like, look, my kid is going off to college in 2 weeks. I'm thinking about, sitting him down and, give him his first drink. That way he knows how to, conduct himself with. So I can see how he conduct himself drunk. That way, I can kind of gauge, when he goes off. So would you do something like that? Like, hey, look, my oldest son, your oldest Mike is going off to college. Would you like, hey, look, you got a month. I'm going to get you drunk. Like, I need to see what your tolerance is. I need to know how you conduct yourself, what your behavior is. Would you do something like that?
So getting them drunk and giving them their first drink are two different things.
Well, yeah. Well,
no. But I'm just saying I never even thought about it that way. So my plan is to do to them what was done to me, but it wasn't by a parent. I was being babysat by my older cousin. They threw a house party at her friend's house. So we get to her friend's house and they give me this drink, and whatever was mixed into it, the drink turned green. So I thought it was going to taste like mouthwash. I don't know.
Incredible Hulk. I think it was what?
No. This was. I don't even think Hypnotic was out back then. Well, maybe it was. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't sweet. It was just like straight alcohol that was mixed in there. So I thought in that moment, oh, this is disgusting. I never want to drink this again. And I was probably like 7, 8 years old, right? I didn't drink again until I wanted to. And I was much, much older, 19 or so. And I started with wine coolers, something that tasted good. But what that situation taught me was, oh, alcohol might not be for me. I don't even like the way that shit tastes. So I want to do something like that. Like now I drink scotch. Like whatever they gave me back then, I probably would have liked it now, but I don't know what it was. But I want to give my kids a shot of scotch. Feel that burn, dislike this and say, oh, this is what alcohol is. I don't want that until I'm ready. You get what I'm saying? Like I want to scare them out of it. That's what I want to do. My wife is like, no, they can't do it yet. They're too young. All right. He asking to go out with his friends. It's going to start with wine coolers and beers that taste good. All these hard seltzers and shit that are fruity and all that stuff. Then you're going to have a problem. Like I want to give him the alcohol now. So he'd be like, oh man, I had this before. I had a drink with my dad. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh, your dad let you drink. Now he's not going to lose any cool points with his friends because it's like, your dad let you drink. Yeah, but I didn't like it. So I'm good. I'm not going to do that. Now they're not going to look at him like, oh, you scared? You don't want to do it? You don't want to do it? No, I've had a drink before with my dad. My dad let me drink, but I don't want to do it now. So
like, I
think that would be better.
I don't want to encourage your goddaughter to drink because, her mother and her grandmother are, slaves to the bottle. So I definitely don't want to be the catalyst for that, because then I would be like, Dad, I'm the one that hooked my baby onto that. So it's like, hey, look, if you do decide to have a drink when you turn 21 later on this year, be safe. If you want to do it in front of me or, that kind of thing. But I am not going to hand you your drink. That's not going to be me.
We should. But so there's a way that you could do it though, right? Like, why not? go out
But
to
she
dinner
also
and get her
said
like a
she
glass
wasn't
of
going
wine
to
or something.
drink. So she also said she wasn't going to drink. So I'm definitely not going to push it. If she's like, Dad, I can't wait till I'm turned 21 to have my first drink, I probably would have slid her, a shot or something beforehand. But because she's adamant on not drinking, I'm definitely not going to be the one to, put it in her hand.
Who tells their parent, yeah, I'm going to drink? I never had that conversation. I'm not trying to be funny either. You might have that relationship with her where she'll tell you. But like, I didn't tell my mom when I was ready to have sex. I didn't tell my mom when I was ready to smoke or drink. It was like, if she didn't ask me, we're not talking about it.
Facts.
Because you not getting it for me.
But Zaya also mentioned it to you. She's like, look, I'm seeing my mom going through it right now with the bottle. I saw my grandma going through it. Like, nah, I'm good. This ain't for me. So I hope it stays that way, but you never know. But like I said, I ain't gonna be, hey, it's 21, come over, we're gonna go, I'm not gonna push that on her. Like, if you're gonna drink, it's gonna be under your own, influence, not peer pressure or any of the other stuff. You want to drink, hey, you're old enough to do it now, but I ain't gonna pressure you into it.
So I think my family, like, it's the culture, right? Like, drinking is like of our culture. No matter what we're doing, like, if it's a kid's birthday party, it's an adult's birthday party, we getting together to watch the game. No matter what's happening, we definitely drinking. Like, it's just how it is for my family. So, the day is going to come where especially my older daughter, where she's like, yo, we doing this. You know what I mean? Like, but like I said, it's the culture. So I imagine that she's going to say, hey, Dad, can I, you know what I mean? Hey, Dad, can I have this drink or whatever? Prior to being 21, but I can still see her like coming in and asking, just because it's so loose among our family. You know what I mean?
Would you be open to her doing it? Let's say she just graduated high school. It's like, hey, Dad, one shot. Like, would you be like, no, strictly 21, or be like, you know what? Let me see just one time.
If she's with us, then if she's with us, I'm probably all right with it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I would hope that she would want to wait till she's 21, but I mean, like, let's be real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think, I don't think any of us on this panel had their first drink at 21. I think everybody did some underage drinking at one point.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also,
like I said, it's the culture around like my family, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, and not to sound like we're all a bunch of alcoholics, but there's not many times that we're together. Like, yesterday, we went to my dad's house. He had nothing going on. It was his birthday, right? He was just chilling, and he's like, all right, well, let me go get a case of beer real quick. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So eventually.
But also, I get what Mike is doing. Like, he wants to knock the curiosity out, so they're not, overdoing it when they are able to do it, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do with Derek what you did with me when I was in like 8th grade? I think I was 7th, 8th grade, where you took the beer that your friend had left and you poured it in the cup, and you were like, look at it, tell me what it looked like. And I was like, look like this. You were like, smell it, tell me what it smelled like. I smell like this. You were like, okay, taste it and tell me what it tastes like. I was like, no. You were like, why? It didn't look like this and it smell like this. It's gonna taste like this. I didn't have to, I never had to drink at that point, and I didn't have my first drink until I was 17, right before I turned it. We took a guy's trip. I still don't know to this day how my mom let me go on that guy's trip during high school when we were just down south for like
that's funny.
Like,
that is funny as hell, yo.
No, I did not do that because, again, especially with him, I got to go through the wife. You know what I mean? Like, and so I haven't had that conversation with him yet. But it's again,
all I'm saying is that was effective because I had no interest in drinking until I was like 17, 18. So that's all I'm saying.
That's funny. That's fun. And see, like, I don't even remember that. That's funny that like
that stands out in my head. It's like a life moment, life-changing moment.
All right, so Mike, I kind of got a feeling my oldest niece is, I don't know, I don't think she's going to take the alcohol. But let's say my middle niece, she graduated high school. All
right, hold on, time out. We're gonna stop making it like my middle daughter is the wild one, okay? I see all of y'all. It's been said a couple times already.
Let me tell y'all how we know his middle daughter is the wild one. I was over their house.
It's going to dispel everything I'm saying.
Yes, I'm going, because this is what he said to her, and she managed the way to do it. There was some back and forth. I guess she came in the house, asked Dad for something, and then later asked Mom the same thing. Mom didn't know Dad had already been asked, whatever. He said to her, close your mouth and answer the question.
It was one of those angry parent moments where
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
It was like, shut your mouth and answer the question. I yelled it at her, and it was like, and his face. All right, whatever. You got me. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, you said you didn't see my. I wanted you to see my face. Oh, I peeked around that corner trying to see your face because I was like, how the hell is he maintaining composure after what he just said to her?
Anyway, you let my middle niece.
The fact that
middle
he
niece
said
have a drink or no?
I would, but like with her, I want to give her like my scotch. I'm not going to give them anything that they might even top.
Yeah.
Like I think of it the way I thought with soda, right? We didn't let our kids have soda. If it wasn't water or juice, they didn't get it, right? They don't drink tea, coffee, none of that stuff, right? The first time they had soda, oh, it burns. I don't want that. And they were off of it for at least 2 or 3 more years. Now they went somewhere with your mom, Duck, and they ordered a meal and got them orange sodas. It's so sweet that they tolerated the carbonated drink. Yeah. They tolerated it, and now it's like, oh, can I get orange soda? Can I get? Now they ask for it. You know what I mean? But before that, it was like, here, try a fresh bottle of Sprite. Open it up.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, you got to get one of the ones that hit hard in the throat. I don't want that. No.
I've given my daughter a ginger ale, and the first time she actually really liked it, but I think it's because it had been opened, like it was a can that I poured it out of that had been open for a while. And that was just to settle her stomach. Like it wasn't a lot of it. The next time I gave it to her, it was fresh. She took one sip and was no, I don't like it. Like she immediately didn't want, and I was like, no, it'll settle your stomach. She was like, no. She just kept telling me no. Like she just wanted something.
We just had that. It's funny you say that, ginger ale in particular. Y'all know for the draft, I get the suite, take the kids swimming and all that stuff. So I'd never thought I had to have this conversation with her, but my youngest daughter was in the pool. She got her floaty on. She all in the deep and everything. The siblings throwing her around. She kept, after they were done, my stomach hurts. She didn't want to eat or anything like that. And so they go down for breakfast in the morning, and she's at the table crying, like, my stomach really hurts. We're trying to figure out what's wrong with her. I said, hey, did you drink the pool water? She's like, I had to. I was underwater a couple of times. Like I had to. So it was the chlorine that was messing up her stomach. So one of the employees there saw how upset she was. So she went and got us a bottle of ginger ale. And she sipped it and was like, oh, I don't want. It was a fresh bottle of ginger ale. But, you get it to settle the stomach. The ginger in there is going to help settle the stomach. And it worked. But she ain't going to ask for soda no time soon. Like she wanted no parts of that ginger ale. So, but that's what I want to do with the alcohol. Give them something that they're going to feel and be like, nah, I'm good. And then later on, when they get older, all right, now I can introduce you to something that you might like the taste of. You got to drink it moderately, set a number, blah, blah, blah. You have that conversation with them. You know what I mean? Like if you're driving, don't go over this, and even if you don't plan on driving, if you got somebody that you think is going to be driving, you see them having one or two, you got to be prepared to be the driver later on, so.
Absolutely.
You be prepared to be the driver or call a Uber. There's too many, you know what I mean? There's too many devices now. And if you can't, let daddy know and I'll get the car for you. Like, I'll make sure you get home safe.
What the heck was that? What are you drinking?
You drinking ginger ale as we talk about?
Ginger ale. I just asked my wife, I was like, babe, we still got that ginger ale from yesterday? She was hand. And he said, apparently you need to get ginger ale to get the salt off it. So I was like, yo, let me get a little bit of that ginger ale. Y'all spoke it up.
Get the salt off it. What'd you say?
Salt off of ham. Apparently, you use ginger ale to get the salt off the ham because ham is real salty. So I don't know. Baby, you gotta explain to Mike why the ginger ale for salt.
Wait, you wash the ham in ginger ale?
Apparently, babe.
I never heard this shit in my life. This is new.
I have heard that.
This is the first time I ever heard it. So apparently, you wash it in with ginger ale.
Like you just pour it in the I'm saying you put it on like a rag and wipe it out.
Do you scrub the ham with the ginger ale somehow? I never heard that.
Does it change the flavor?
First time
is this a Hispanic thing? Who told you this, bitch?
Oh, you cook it with ginger ale?
I was about to
say, I cook it with ginger ale. You don't wash it.
Nah, don't they like soak it? You soak it.
She said you cook it with it. So apparently I don't know if you put it in the bottom of the pan and then put it in, and I don't know. I don't know what the process is. This is my first time ever hearing about it. I thought you just, did a ham glaze. You took the baster and you every so often pulled it out. Squirted a couple of shots of the baster on the.
Who the fuck came up with this?
I've never. Some stuff. Certain recipes you hear.
I'm wondering, like, do you wash? He's trying to figure out, do you wash it or do you pour it over it? So that's why Mike is asking.
Whose thought process was, I'm gonna bake ginger ale while I bake the ham? Like, are they even baking it? Are they just doing it on the stove? Like, what? They gotta be.
What did she do, G? What's the answer?
I don't. You gotta ask her. She's in the kitchen.
Is she making ham right now?
Huh?
Is she making ginger ham right now?
No, she did the ham yesterday.
So you saw her. What'd she do?
No, where was I? Went to go get my daughter. So while she was doing that, I was picking up Zai. So I didn't get a chance.
I'm so curious.
So I don't know. Ask sis. She might know. She might have heard about
my
that.
wife is never. My wife don't eat ham.
Oh, that's
pork.
Stop it.
So,
Hell no.
That's okay. Well, I do want to get an answer to that.
Actually, you know what? YouTube it real quick. Let's all see it real quick.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to Google ginger ham. All right, let's see.
I don't know if I want to Google.
Let me see here. Hold on. Ginger ale, ham. This is weird. How to make ginger ale ham. It's a 47-second video. All right, I guess I could show it. We're gonna see what this is. Did she put pineapples on it?
No. It was for the dog. Yeah, it was for the dog.
Oh, so y'all didn't eat it, so you don't know what it tasted like.
No, we had a couple pieces, but it was mainly for the dog.
I'm so curious. All right.
But again, this was the first time I've heard. So if it wasn't for Marley, would we just have put it in the oven? No, I'm talking about without.
She getting cussed out. He gonna put it on mute.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna hit play on the video while he talked to her. Oh wait,
Sugardale, and I got the butt. Yeah, this ham is a brand called Sugardale, and I got the butt part because they said that that has the most meat. So what I'm gonna do? Well, I put that pineapple and stuff. I probably should have waited, but I was going to use some of that broth. I don't think I want to use it for my greens because it does have that pineapple. I'm not going to use it. Anyway, y'all, I just wanted y'all to see. This ham smells like I got my smoker on outside. That's how smoked this ham is. It really, I hope it's not salty. What I had done is lady at church told me what she did share the ham. It was real, real good. It wasn't salty or anything. She said she take her ham and she put ginger ale. And that's what I got at the bottom. While it's baking, she got ginger ale and it absorbs some of the salt. All right. I'll be back, y'all.
So there you have it, I guess.
That's what I got at the bottom. While it's baking, she got ginger ale. And that's what I got at the bottom. While it's baking, when she did share the ham, it was real, real good. It wasn't salty or anything. She said she take her ham and she put ginger ale. And that's what I got at the bottom. While it's baking, she got ginger ale. And it absorbs some of the salt. All right. I'll be back, y'all.
Okay, then. Okay, so she puts the ginger ale in the bottom. So that's her base. It's a base of ginger ale in the ham, and it's not salt. Okay, I learned something new.
So did I.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. G, you okay over there?
No, the dog freaking got the wire from the microphone mixed in with his foot, so when he stepped back, knocked everything over. God.
It's all good. We're gonna wrap up, man. We've been going for an hour 45 already. Any other things that we want to talk about? Or can we do a quiz with Mitch?
Yeah.
What's
Y'all
up?
got time?
What we doing?
Oh yeah, let's go. This is my joint, man. Today in history. All right, so we do a quiz, and we keep score. Duck, you got your papers over there?
I'm supposed to be keeping like who's up in total.
No.
Just for the day.
Oh,
he thought he's going all the way back.
Yeah, I thought he wanted like, yo, what's G's record versus my record? Like,
well, we already know I'm winning, so
I'm about to say G be smoking you. I ain't gonna hold you. So
he's definitely one more. He's definitely one more than I've won. For sure.
Where is my site? Hold on. I gotta remember which site I use now. Is it history? Hold on a second. This looks different. So normally I got the laptop hooked up to the TV now, so it just looks different. All right, but we're gonna get this going. So Mitch, what we do is we usually end the shows with Today in History. And you either have to guess the person, the team, or whatever. Like it's a whole bunch of different categories that we normally do. So it's not AP. This ain't the site. Is it history.com? Today in History?
I forgot what you were using. On This Day in History or some kind of site similar to
right. There it is. OnThisDay.com. All right, here we go. On this day. All right. So we have a bunch of different categories. And y'all are gonna see who can get the closest. Sometimes you got to guess the year, sometimes so all right. We're gonna start with Today in History. See if y'all can figure out the year. All right. So I'm gonna do it. I'll start easy. And then it'll get harder. Everybody has to give a final answer. And then we'll go from there. All right. So the first one is this one. Today in History, Childish Gambino, also known as Donald Glover, releases the music video to his new single, This Is America. And it was a moment. What year did that come out?
I feel like it was 2017. I'm going to go with 2017. Because I feel like even if it's not the correct answer, it's very close.
I was thinking 2016. It was literally my first thought.
So he about to just undercut this.
No, that was literally my first thought. So 2016, lock it in. I'm locked in on that.
I'm locking 2017 in.
So, but when you first asked the question, I was thinking 2018. So I guess I'm going 2018.
All right. So we got 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019 from our guy Mike. All right. So one of y'all got it right. Where's my sound effect for it? Hold on. So that means that you get 2 points for getting it on.
Say the one word. Say it's 2017.
2018. So Mitch comes in with a 2-point lead already.
Off the rip.
I felt like I was safe. I was like, no, I'm going to get it regardless until he went 20. If he would have went under, I definitely would have had it. But so
all right.
Good,
so that was that one.
The rest right. So
who do I? All right. Let's do a celebrity birthday. Let's do a celebrity birthday today. Let's see. Try to find somebody y'all might have heard of before. Wow. It's a lot of people. I have no idea who they are.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Today in History. Nah, I don't think y'all gonna get that one. Let me see. I want to make it I'm gonna try to stay easy for now, and then we'll get harder. We'll go back in time. What is that? We're gonna go with Today in History. All right. Melinda Kula, American actress. She did A-Team, Brotherly Love, was born in Western Springs, Illinois. Think about the A-Team. That's an old ass Mr. T show. All right. What year was she born?
All right. Now I gotta lock down what year I think 18 was in its heyday, and then try to figure out.
I can tell you that. I'll give you that. So the show came out
probably what 80s, early 80s,
1983.
Okay.
The show came out in 1983. So she was in that. What year was she born?
I'm gonna go with. I feel like she could have been either. I don't know who this person is, so now I'm just thinking because she had been in her 20s. Again, I don't know who this person is. She could be 20s, 30s, 40s. I'm trying to lock down a time.
You want to see a picture? You want to see a picture of her?
Yeah.
Is it a current picture or is it from the?
Yeah.
I'm gonna show a whole bunch of different pictures of her.
That don't help.
Aha, suckers. Oh wait, let me
right,
make
so
sure
you know you said 80s.
Make sure ain't no birthdays on there.
1983, 20. Let's go with 19. Let's go with 1960.
Okay, 1960. All right.
I was thinking 58.
58. Okay. Final answer.
Yeah, y'all really.
I like it. I like it.
I was thinking 1957.
Oh man.
I'm locking in 57. So
yeah, I'm locked in.
So we got
we really doing this tonight. All right.
and Mike says 1965. So wait, what were the numbers here?
I said 60.
60, 57, and what? What was yours, Mitch?
I got 58.
58. Duck, you get your point here, man. 1955. You were the closest.
Damn.
Duck was the closest. All right, so it's 2-1. It's 2-1. G, you better do something, bro.
I'm giving out all the answers.
I tell you what. We'll do something in events. A major event that happened. Now this is gonna be hard, okay? So this is gonna be, I'm gonna go back in time on this one here. Okay. I don't want to do that one. Man, a lot of wars. Shit. All right, here we go. This will be interesting. The first U.S. train robbery at North Bend, Ohio, happened in this year. What year?
Say it again. Ask the question again.
The first U.S. train robbery happened in North Bend, Ohio.
Was it on horse?
It was the first U.S. train robbery. I don't know
like like my mind goes back to the back in the day with the Indians, the cowboys. They riding alongside the train with the horse. That's where my mind instantly went to.
Possible. I don't know how else you gonna rob a train. I don't know. All right. Mike Ng gives us his answer. He's in here. He's got 1855.
I was going to
that means the ballpark I'm thinking isn't too crazy.
So, I was in the 18s too, so okay, cool. I don't feel all right.
I was in 1847. Lock it in for me.
47 for Duck.
55, 47.
Normally I wait till after G go, but
I'll take 75, 1875.
I was thinking in the high 1800s too. Okay, cool. So I'm not alone. Let's go with. Dad, do I want to go high or low? I was thinking high 18. Let's go with Let's kind of go in the middle. Let's go with 1861.
Wow. Okay. G is on the board, y'all. G is on the board. 1865.
Oh,
all right. Okay, G. Okay. Oh, I just realized I was supposed to be letting y'all pick a category after, right? Yeah. Oh, no. We do 5 questions, and then whoever's winning gets the bonus round. That's what it is. All right. So that's 3 so far. So we got 2, 1, and 1. I thought Mike was going to get y'all. I thought that 1855 was because he was 10 years off. I was like, uh-oh. So G smartened up, got in the middle down there. Okay. All right. This next one, we're going to do film and TV. Today in history and film and TV. So that already kind of narrows some stuff down for you. There wasn't a lot going on here. All right. Today in history. The 34th Academy of Country Music Awards happened. The 34th. Actually, you know what? No, I take that away. I don't want to do that. Married with Children's final episode aired on Fox on this day in history. What year was that? That's the Al Bundy show.
Can you tell us what year it started?
No.
Okay. It definitely was the 90s. Let's go with 90.
Love and the marriage. Love and the
like
marriage.
97, 98. Let's go with 98.
Like a horse and carriage.
Final answer.
I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Try and separate.
I want 96.
It's an illusion.
I think I want 96.
So, we got 96, 98.
I'm thinking it carried into the 2000s though.
Try, and you will only come.
I want to go 2001. Let's go 2001.
2001, and Mike Ing is in at 1988. G, what year did you say?
I said 98.
And Duck, you said 96?
Yeah.
All right, so y'all both gonna get a point because y'all are both 1 year off. It was 1997.
And then I said 97, 98.
All right, you sure did. So y'all are it's
All
two,
time.
it's 2. Everybody's got 2 points. Okay, this is why we do 5. Okay.
Yo, that was
All
my show, bro.
Right. And see, the
That
problem
show
is
was crazy.
because that was the final episode, but it aired on TV a lot longer, and so that's why you know it's harder to because they do the reruns and stuff. You know what I mean? So I understand why you went with the 2000s. All right, let's do music. We're gonna do one of music. All right. All right.
Yo, it
on
looks
this
like Drake
day,
just dropped a new disc.
Are you serious? I told y'all. I was like,
hold on, who dropped the new disc?
I think
Drake
may have. I'm not sure yet. I can't tell if it's real or not, but that's what they're saying that he might have dropped another one. The Hard Part 6.
Oh, I don't know. I never heard it. I haven't heard it. See, and here's my issue with Drake thing, right? Oh man, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I felt like he took a L with that AI joint. Like the whole thing came out, and obviously the 2 fake track verses on there, Tupac and Snoop. But then his whole verse sounded AI too. Like you talking about the shoe size and all that stuff. Like I thought the whole thing was just fake, and then he went and recorded it. So it's interesting.
It's saying it's
All right.
5-minute, 20-something second song.
No. Yeah. I just wanted to see if it was. And we can't play music, right? Because I was like, yo, we should end the show listening to this track.
Nah, that's why I was muted up at the start of the pod while I was listening. I was like,
he was listening to him.
I can listen and not get in trouble.
No.
All right. So through 3 questions, we got a 3-way tie here. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation announces Cleveland, Ohio is chosen as the site of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum.
What year?
That is the question.
I have no reference for this. It could be old. It could be recent.
Well, I mean, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Well, I can't. Say
No, the
that.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but the actual site that let's say they just decided to move it or actually have a museum. It could be as early as the 2010s or something. So,
I've been to the Country Music Hall of Fame in Nashville. That John is nice. I don't even care for country music.
And you said they chose Cleveland, Ohio, correct? We're
Yes.
trying to get the year that they chose Cleveland, Ohio as their site, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking it's way earlier than that, though. You said 2010. I'm thinking it's way earlier.
Yeah, the way my brain is working right now. I
So
don't know
what
how
he was saying was with the way it's worded, like they could have decided to move it, is what he was saying.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the case. I think this is when they chose a brick and mortar location for their Rock and Roll Hall of Fame instead of it being
Yeah,
just
see, and
documented.
that's what I was going to say too, because I feel like it's been there forever. Like I can't.
I feel like rock and roll was what, peak 70s.
I was about to say I'm thinking like 1982. I'm like early 80s, late 70s is where I'm thinking.
I'm going to choose my birth year. I'm going with 87.
Duck, so G, you locked in at 87?
Locked in. Lock it
Duck,
in.
what year did you say?
82. I'm locked in.
82 for Duck.
I also feel like G that I don't have any point of reference for this. Like,
I don't either.
Yeah.
So I'll go 81.
Wow.
All right. Mike did not put an answer in for this one. At least I don't think he did. No, I haven't been talking about this for 5 minutes. So, okay. He put 2000. All right. One of y'all were within a year, and the tie is no longer here. The answer, 1986. G pulls away. G pulls away.
Let's go. Started from the bottom. Now we here.
All right. So that's 4 questions. We got one more. It's still anybody's match. And then the final round. This I like this. I like this. Oh, y'all cooking. All right, let's go to sports.
That was 5.
That was 5?
2, 3. Oh no, that was 4. No, that was 5.
Mitch got 2 points for one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got 2. I got points for 2 of them. G got points for 2 of them because there was one that we split.
Oh, okay. No, y'all shared a point though.
We shared a
Oh,
point.
I'm sorry, G got points for 3 of them. Oh, so what I just gave us 1 point each instead of
right.
You were saying
that's only
half
so,
a point.
Mitch got the first one.
Duck
he got it on the head.
1.
Duck got the second.
Me and Duck
You all split the third.
3.
And this is the 4th. Right?
Did G hit 1 on the head or no?
No, I didn't get anything on the head.
Then
so y'all split a point.
Within a year.
How did I got him down to 3 points?
Actually, it might be 5 because
I think it's
the
5.
one I was within 5 years, and the 2 questions me and Duck was the first one. Me and Duck was a year apart, and then another year apart for this current one. So I think.
So I know what it is. Okay, we did This Is America.
Yep.
We did The Train. We did The Actress.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And we did the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Did I do another question?
Love and Marriage.
Married.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So G.
Married at first. I mean, yeah.
So now you get to pick the category.
All right. Give me the categories.
All right. So the categories are. We could do film and TV. We can do music. We can do history, or we can do sports.
Let's go with sports, man. Let's go with sports.
All right.
You know he's gonna pick something obscure like hockey.
Right.
Now, points are doubled in this round, so it's literally anybody's. Oh, I got one for y'all. Okay, here we go. Sports history. Here we go.
Hockey or baseball, something that none of us watch.
Today in history, sports history, Milwaukee Bucks signed the #1 NBA draft pick, star UCLA center
Lou Alcindor.
Yep. Also known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
1978.
What year was he signed the #1 draft pick? What year?
Actually, I think he was playing before that because he started with the Lakers in the 80s. Let's go with 76. 76, because he was already old when he went to the Lakers.
Jesus, Kareem. Oof.
All right. I want 73. Lock it in.
73, 78.
I just feel like the man was in the league.
Come on, Mitch.
Wrong.
Come on, Mitch.
I'm going to take 76. Put me right in the middle, man. I take 76.
Put me at 75. I want to keep 75.
Yo,
So wait, what years y'all got?
I got 73. Jesus 75 and Mitch is at 76.
Lock it in. 75, lock it in.
And Mike is at 72. Doug, what year did you say?
73.
All right. So of the people on screen, the points are going to have to go to Duck. It was 1969. It was 1969. Yeah, it's 2 points. And that makes you the winner.
That's game.
That makes Duck the winner for
That's what
today.
happened when y'all started today by Big Up and G talking about he been whooping my ass. Like pull one out the hat. You know what I mean?
Congrats.
All right. That was good. That was good. All right. So this is what we're going to do now. We're going to do final thoughts. If y'all have anything that y'all want to share or say, now is the time to do it. We'll start with our guest today. Mitch, thanks for joining us today, man. You were great. And this is, you literally just say anything that you want. Is nothing, don't have to be.
Absolutely. I appreciate y'all having me on here. I feel like this is therapeutic for us, man, for us black men to sit down and shoot the shit and get shit off. You know what I mean? We kind of all far apart from each other, but stuff like this brings us back together. You know what I mean? And we need to do more stuff like this more often. So I appreciate you guys for real.
All right. Thank you very much. You want to promote any social medias or anything like that? I don't know if you.
I'm in a weird spot right now in terms of employment, so we'll chill for now.
All right. Cool. I respect that. We'll go with G next.
I definitely miss you guys. We definitely got to at least, get a little bit more consistent. I know easier said than done. And since Sunday starts off the week, man, I pray that we all have a great week. May God shine upon y'all, bless y'all, keep you and your family safe, and let's have a great, productive week.
Okay, and we'll go with the champ next for the day. Let's go. Huh?
Y'all drink responsibly. I spent this whole day hungover as hell and didn't even know that I had that much to drink last night. So just drink responsibly. That's what I got for y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit your boy up on social media if you want a life insurance policy. You know where to find me, JS89 on all the platforms.
There you go. Listen, man, y'all be having some fun out there working. I'm trying to get in with y'all one day, man. Let me know. I ain't even got to work. Just let me come hang out with y'all while y'all working. So, my final thoughts are just don't forget about a brother, man. To shoot me an invite one day. Let me know. As long as ain't no big fight or nothing. Y'all do Saturdays, right?
Friday, Saturday, every night of the week, honestly.
Oh, okay. All right. If you're doing the Friday, I could probably make that happen. So a Friday night will be cool because my kids don't have bedtimes. They be up running around. I'll be stuck in my room because they take over the whole living room. So, let me know, man. That's my final thought. Just don't forget about me, man. Chanel's in the building. Said great show. Thank y'all very much, man. I want to salute to everybody that was on here, and we're gonna get out of here with our round of applause. We'll talk to y'all soon, and like they all said, y'all stay safe this week. Peace.
Thank you.